welcome to the Good Fight Sports Podcast, your home for local sports here in the 574. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 25 of the Good Fight Sports Podcast. I am Kenny Cramer, and I have a long-time no-see guest, well, not guest, host of the show. I got Brady Master here today.
Hello, everybody.
It's been a while since you've been in the studio, honestly.
It has been a while. You know, it's been a pretty crazy, busy life, you know, so it's been a while. It's good to be back, Kenny.
Yeah. I mean, you were out at the campground when we did our special out there.
The special that, if you listen to it,
the audio quality's bad. Let's just put it out there.
Honestly, you probably couldn't even tell it was me because of the audio quality. It was like, it was rough.
Yeah. But, hey, we did it.
We tried it out.
Exactly.
We know.
It worked okay.
Yeah, we were able to at least record it.
Right, exactly. And it's out there for people to unfortunately listen to.
Yeah.
Just please don't listen to that. Those two episodes, that one episode broken up into two
segments.
Two segments. Don't listen to them.
Not worth it, honestly.
Yeah, it's not worth it. So, let's jump right in here, as we always do. This is our week 4 for high school football and Notre Dame kind of recap, going over what happened in football. So we're going to first start off with the spotlight game of the week for the Good Fight Sports Podcast, and that was Northridge at Northwood. That was the game that I went to, and so Northridge came in with the record of 2-1, and Northwood was undefeated, ranked 4th in 4A at the time, and I saw no way that Northridge was going to win just by the fact that Northwood had smoked every team they had played prior by a lot. But Northridge came in and stunned the Panthers Friday night, which was 9-8. All of the high school games were taking place on September 8th, which would have been Friday, with an 11-point comeback in the second half. After being down 21-10 to Northwood, to hand them their first loss of the season, 25-21. The Raiders were in control of almost every stat possible. They had the ball for over 28 minutes. Panther quarterback Owen Roeder went 17 of 30 for 255 yards and 2 touchdowns, both to Nitarian Nitro Tuggle, a 5-star Georgia commit.
What a name.
That's a great name.
So is Nitro actually his middle name, or is that
No,
just
that's a nickname.
I was going to say, if your middle name's Nitro, you got something about yourself.
I mean, if that is his nickname, that is great. I would name my kid that.
Nitro?
Yeah.
I mean, it's interesting. It's something different.
Yeah, it is different. But he also threw 3 picks. And then had 5 carries for 10 yards and a touchdown, and also got sacked 3 times. And Northwood only had 4 rushing yards at the end of the game on 16 attempts, so 10 of those came for the quarterback,
right?
And he had 10 yards. And you do the math about everybody else. Tuggle had 11 receptions for 134 yards and 2 touchdowns. For the Raiders, however, backup running back Derek Sherwood had 23 carries for 101 yards and a touchdown. He also had the game-sealing first down that captured the win for the Raiders. And quarterback Braden Clark for the Raiders went 13 of 20 for 156 yards, had 8 carries for 29 yards and a touchdown. And then Tucker Barber got into the stat book as well for the Raiders. He captured his first interception of the season and of his career, and got another one. He finished with 2 of the 3 interceptions for Northridge. So my biggest takeaways of the game were, 1, I am not impressed with Northwood's offense. They are very one-dimensional. and it's not in a running attack. They are way too focused on throwing the ball, which allowed Northridge to not have to stack the box. They double covered Tuggle all night long, and whenever Roeder had no place to throw it, aka if Tuggle was not open, he threw 3 interceptions. So they need to figure out something to do, whether it's run the ball a little bit more or throw it to other receivers, because if you get into tournament time, teams are just going to start double covering Tuggle.
Yeah. Well, I look at it this way, Tuggle for receiving, he went 11, he had 11 receptions for 134 yards and 2 touchdowns. So you look at that and you say, even being double covered, he still gets that attention, and he still gets that ball, and he's still, he's a 5-star recruit, he's very talented at the game. Mm-hmm. But you really got to diversify your offense. A lot of teams really struggle when they got, a star player they try to feed to, that, you give up really open plays because you're not, you don't rely on your, backup guys, or, you're not number ones, mm-hmm. Which a lot of teams struggle with. And, like you said, Kenny, their run game is, their run game is pathetic. I mean, mm-hmm. it's terrible. I mean, that should be a core fundamental, I feel like, especially of high school ball, is to have a good run game. Because, mm-hmm. You can have a really good pass game, but, run game, you win games by getting first downs and getting touchdowns. And a lot of plays are going to be run plays, mm-hmm. In a college or a high school setting. When you get to college or towards professional, that's where passing becomes more and more. And they still run a lot, Kenny. It's, high school ball is, a lot of guys are learning fundamentals of football. First year, JV, and then when they move up to varsity, that's where they start, moving forward with the plays and getting different things. Mm-hmm. And, yeah, you just got to really diversify your offense, because, you have the same offense. People are going to, be able to go and, watch film and see, okay, this is how these guys play. So double snuggle, nitro, and, yeah, you lose games when you keep it the same. Mm-hmm. That's just how high school football is, and football in general.
Right. And that also covers number 2 on there. What I wasn't impressed with is the running game. The running game, like we said, was abysmal, and just that allowed Northridge to just double cover Tuggle. Which, I mean, if you're going to give Tuggle the ball that much, you got to run it in order to get those passing lanes open. And my third takeaway from the game, and this one has been present for the last few years, is Northridge is a dark horse in 4A.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Never count out Northridge. No matter who they're playing, I mean, unless it's like a really good team.
Right.
Never count out Northridge. I mean, Northridge there's something about them that just says, in the biggest spotlight, they shine. And I mean, that's been present in the tournament. Every time they faced Northwood, the last 2 years in the tournament, they've knocked out Northwood both times. Yeah. Last year, Northwood came in undefeated after blowing out Northridge in the regular season. Northridge blew out Northwood in the tournament.
Exactly.
So, I mean, and that also feeds into number 4 here, the rivalry, which unfortunately Northwood owns the series on, is starting to heat up. I mean, this is starting to be one of the biggest rivalries in the Goshen, Napanee, Middlebury area. I mean, it's a big rivalry over there now.
Totally.
And so, next game for Northridge is versus Goshen. And Goshen's 0-4. That is a 7 p.m. kick over in Middlebury. Raiders are favored by 24, 38-14. I'm going to take Northridge 41-14, just because I think this is going to be the Northwood game was a big boost for them, and I think they're gonna take care of business against the Red Hawks of Goshen.
So, For that game, I'm obviously going to go with Northridge. I think they're just like I said, they're a better rounded team overall. I don't think it's going to be as much of a blowout. I mean, I think it's going to probably be in the 30-point margin for Northridge, but I do think Goshen will probably put up. I'm going to say 30 to probably 10.
Okay.
So somewhere around there. That's what
Okay.
I'm predicting here.
And then next game for Northwood is at Warsaw. Warsaw is 4-0 on the year, and that is a 7 p.m. kick down there at Warsaw. Panthers, however, they're favored by 3, 24-21. But I'm going to take Warsaw in that game, 28-24, just because I think there's something going on down there in Warsaw, and I think this is going to be a letdown game for Northwood. I think what some people would think as Warsaw would be a pickup game for Northwood, this one's not. I think Warsaw is just too good this year, and I think this is a letdown game, and I think the loss to Northridge hurts Northwood the most, and Northwood's going to suffer in this game, and they're going to lose by 4 to the Tigers.
So I see it going the other way. I think Northwood is going to actually win this game. Now, when something like, when you lose to a team, one of two things is going to happen. You're either going to, self-implode, or you're going to move on, you're going to learn from your mistakes and get better. So the only way Northwood wins that game, they have to fix their run. They have to do something with the run game or diversify the passing. If they don't do that, Warsaw will win. But I do see them, making some changes, making some adjustments. And they also do have, Nitro Tuggle.
Yeah.
He's a 5-star recruit, not trying to bring up the recruit status because, some people are flops, but this kid's definitely got some talent behind him. So I think it's going to go the other way. I'm going to say it's probably going to be, let me go with Northwood. I think they're not going to have a blowout, but I think they're definitely going to score. They're going to score 32. So Northwood 32, Warsaw, say Warsaw 16. I think it's going to be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't think Warsaw is going to score more than 16.
Wow.
Genuinely.
Wow. And also for Northwood, this is a tough game too, because we got to remember, if you're not aware, Brady, the head coach of Warsaw is Bart Curtis. The nickname for his offense that he runs is Bart Ball. Bart Ball is the triple option. Run in high school is one of the toughest offenses to stop. The only other local team that I know around here that does that, regardless of what Pioneer does, Pioneer has a different style of triple option they run, is Mishawaka. Mishawaka and Warsaw basically have the exact same offense. So I think this is going to be, this is the one time where Northwood has to basically put 11 guys in the box to stop the Warsaw's offense. And you laugh. It's true. They put 11 guys in the box to stop the run. That's just how it is. So it's a hard offense to play against, and I don't know. I just think there's something in Warsaw. There's something in the water down there this year, and watch out for Warsaw in the 6A tournament. That's if they don't have to run into Penn.
Right, and then Penn's gonna.
And then if they run into Penn, well, we all know what's gonna happen.
And you mentioned the Pioneer running that triple option or whatever, a different mix-up. I remember when LaVille played. I think it was LaVille Pioneer, right? It was weird looking at Pioneer out there because you weren't at that game, Kenny, right? You were at the Mishawaka Penn game when that was happening, right?
I thought I was at the Pioneer game. I was at the Pioneer game.
You were? Okay.
Yeah, for this year.
Oh yeah, so that game, like watching them play, you see a normal, triple option or whatever. It's only different in the fact that from what I saw, is they'll rotate instead of it being, the normal when the ball, they'll do a lot of those. It's almost, I don't want to say it's like a quad option, but like there was a couple plays where they would actually bring in a receiver also and have him sweep around, which it can work, but you're also not getting that same edge. You're not able to help the edge as much with blocking,
Right.
which I think is the issue with Pioneer. That's why they don't really do well with it. Is the edge doesn't really help. But yeah, so yeah. That's the only takeaway that I know from Pioneer, because I don't really pay attention to Pioneer. So.
Right. Well, I will say it's not working well as of right now.
Yeah, no.
Because they don't have Jack Kaiser anymore.
Yeah.
Or the Llewellyn twins.
Exactly. That was the backbone of
the Pioneer. Yeah.
Yeah, Pioneer.
So LaVille, they played Winnemac on Friday, and well, it went more smoothly than what I thought it was going to go. LaVille won 38-6. I really don't have a whole lot to say on this game. Lancers were up 28-0 at the half. Proved to 4-0 overall, 3-0 in the
ACC.
In the Hoosier North, not in the ACC. Winnemac falls to 0-4 and 0-3 in the Hoosier North. Next game for LaVille is going to be an easy win. They play Caston. Caston has the same record as Winnemac does right now. That is a 7 p.m. kick down there in the forget what they call Caston's football field. Oh, the Comet Crater.
The Comet Crater, yeah.
That's what they call it. Lancers are favored by only 25 points.
Only.
At 35-10. I'm going to take LaVille, obviously, 48-6.
I was in the same ballpark. I was going to say 43-3. They're going to hit a field goal. That's all.
Field goal.
Hit.
Okay.
One field goal. They're not, after watching Hard Knocks, I don't call it the red zone or the end zone. It's the gold zone. They're not going to make the gold zone. Okay. They're not even going to get there. They might be able to kick it in there, but not against LaVille's defense. Sorry, not sorry.
Okay. All right.
Not a brand deal.
I fully agree. I would agree, but I think Caston punches in a late touchdown, tries to go for 2, but fails.
Okay.
And then the next game for Winnemac is at North Judson. North Judson, don't sleep on North Judson. They're very good. Their overall record doesn't indicate how good they are. They're 2-2.
A lot of teams had flukes.
Yeah.
But North Judson's one of those teams that they will probably always be a good team.
Yeah.
They're really strong. Last year they were really strong. It took a lot for the Lancers to take them down.
Yeah.
This year it's going to take a lot. I mean, it's going to be a lot this year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Winnemac faces North Judson on the road. North Judson, like I said, 2-2, but they're 2-1 in the Hoosier North. That is a 7:30 p.m. kick, our time, but 6:30 p.m. Central.
Right.
Winnemac is 24-point underdogs at 38-14. I thought that was way too kind. I'm taking North Judson 52-6.
I would agree with that. I'd say 52-6. I mean, I'll be nice. I'll go 52-7. Okay. I'll let them hit the extra point. Because I think that's fair enough that they could probably kick them, kick it at least.
Okay.
I mean, because there's a lot of teams that they're really bad, but they have good kicking. I mean,
it is true.
I mean, Pioneer doesn't have bad kicking. Their kicking is not bad.
LaVille doesn't. LaVille has pretty good kicking.
LaVille has good kick. Man, they tried to pull off a free kick at their last game, or not last game, 2 games ago. They tried to pull off a free kick, which, if you don't know, I think it's called a free kick, where if the returning team, if you kick off, and I think it's
You mean an onside kick?
No. So a free kick. So it's where you get to kick the ball like it's a kickoff, and if you get it inside the uprights, it's 3 points. It's a very weird rule in high school and college that is almost never used because you have to kick from the 50-yard line and try to get it in the uprights. But it's because LaVille, okay, they were up by, I think it was a 2-score game, or it was a 1-score game. They're up by a touchdown, and
this was against Triton, now was it?
Yes.
Okay.
So a free kick. I think it's a free kick. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, Kenny. But I'm pretty sure it's if you punt to the other team, and if they don't actually receive it, if instead your team grabs the punt, you can say, "Hey, we want a free kick," and you take the free kick, and it's at the 50-yard line, and it's an uncontested, basically field goal from the 50. I think it's from the 50 or the 40. But I am not 100% sure on that. But it happened, and a lot of people had no idea what was happening, and he missed it because it was short. And it's actually smart for him because then they got the ball at the 10-yard line instead of it being at, the 25 or, if they ran it back with only a minute and a half left in the game. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. So it's basically a punt.
Yes.
For 3 points. Except
you're not actually punting it because it's placed down as if it's a kickoff.
Oh, okay.
You can do that also. You can do that. You can either hold it and punt it, or you can have it placed down and you can kick it yourself like a kickoff.
Oh, okay. I always thought you can do a drop kick for 3 points.
Yeah, you can do it. That's yes, you can do the drop kick
because I remember Doug Flutie doing that.
Yeah, but you can do where you have it, sitting there, and the defense can't be within 15 yards. They have to be back, and they can't return it either. It's not returnable, so it does not matter. It's free. You can kick. It's a field goal, except you can't. The defense can't do anything, which. You don't see it much. If you're going to see it, it's going to be in high school. But I think it was a smart decision by the Lancers. But they didn't get anything from it except better placing on the ball. But yeah, it was definitely interesting.
Okay, all right. Now I know what it is because I was over here just reading about it.
What's it called?
It's called a free kick.
It's a free kick. Yeah.
Okay, so with that, Penn beat Hammond Morton Friday, 35-0. Again, I don't have a whole lot to say on this game either. Penn improves to 3-1 now on the year, and they now start conference play this Friday, and then Morton drops to 1-3 on the year. Next game for the Kingsmen is against Elkhart. Elkhart is now 1-3. That's a 7 p.m. kick at Everwise Freed Field. Kingsmen are favored by 21, 38-17. I thought that was too kind. Give me Penn 42-14.
I don't even have to say who I think's gonna win. 57-12.
Holy crap! Next game for Morton is against Calumet. Calumet's 1-3. The Governors are favored by 32 at 42-10. I'm gonna be nice.
Oh, you're being nice.
I'm being nice. I'm going to take Morton 38-17.
It's respectable.
I have no idea about the two teams, honestly. I am just...
Calumet is terrible.
Okay.
Terrible.
Okay.
Terrible.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Morton. I'm just gonna take them. We'll do 36-14.
36-14. Okay. Respectable. This is the one respectable game we have.
Yes, I agree, Kenny.
And then some other local scores around here. Boone Grove defeated South Central 35-14. Bremen defeated Triton 28-21. Chesterton defeated LaPorte 28-7. Crown Point took it to Lake Central 38-12. Fairfield won in overtime down there in Oliver Field in Culver 39-31 in overtime. John Glenn beat Jimtown in a barn burner 12-7. Knox defeated North Judson in the Stark County rivalry 22-18. Mishawaka took it to Goshen 48-13. Marion is still terrible in football for this year. That's 2 years in a row as New Prairie won 31-13. Caston lost again, obviously. Lost to Pioneer 35-6. Plymouth got its second win for this year. Plymouth is now 2-2 after defeating Wawasee 25-19. These next two games are the next three games are absolutely terrible. Actually, the next couple of games here are just absolutely terrible ones. Rochester defeated Manchester 50-0. Riley beat Clay. I know you guys are so surprised out there if you listen. Clay lost again, lost to Riley 76-0 in a game where it was 63-0 at half.
They let up on the brakes a little bit. They said, we're going to let our freshman team get out there, junior freshmen, and
yeah. Well, it also helps when you have a running clock in the second half where you don't have that many chances to score.
Right.
But I mean, it is still Clay. They could have put up 80.
Well, yeah,
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if some team, some point this year, puts up 80 on South Bend Clay.
Wouldn't surprise me.
St. Joe defeated South Bend Adams 46-7. Washington defeated Calumet 30-6. Yep. Tippecanoe Valley beat Timpton 53-0. Valparaiso beat Michigan City 31-7. Warsaw defeated Concord in that rivalry 10-3.
See, that 10-3, that worries me for Warsaw, man. They won by a touchdown. One touchdown games, man.
Concord's good.
Concord's good, but they put up 3 points. I mean, to be fair, Warsaw's defense is amazing.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, Warsaw only put up 10.
True. But you got to think of who they played. They played Concord. Concord's good.
Good defense.
Yeah. Northwood really doesn't have that good of a defense. I mean, it's okay, but yeah. And then West Central defeated Culver 52-18. Now for scores from around the state. This is games that I saw that looked good. So, first one, Bloomington North defeated Bloomington South 25-24 in overtime. Center Grove defeated Cincinnati Archbishop Moeller of Cincinnati, Ohio 35-34 in overtime. Evansville Memorial defeated Evansville Mater Dei 9-6. Fort Wayne Bishop Luers beat Fort Wayne 24-21. I don't know why that high school is named Wayne. You're in Fort Wayne. Why are you Fort Wayne?
Fort Wayne.
Oh, my gosh.
It's such a good name. It's almost as good as, I don't know, some college name.
Right.
Ooey Pooey.
Yeah, Ooey Pooey. Yeah.
It's actually not Ooey Pooey anymore, though.
It's Pooey.
It's just Pooey. But still, Ooey Pooey was very dumb. It's stupid. Pooey is better.
Yeah.
Let's just...
So, let's see. Here's what we're going to have down there. We're going to have Ooey and Pooey. Because Indiana University,
right? That's
Indianapolis is still going to happen,
right?
But Purdue University is still going to happen too,
right?
Actually, no, it's going to be Ooey,
Ooey,
but Pooey is still going to happen down there too.
Right.
Then Greencastle defeated South Putnam 51-49. Greenfield Central defeated Pendleton Heights 43-38. Guerin Catholic defeated Rebuff Jesuit 34-29. Hamilton Southeastern beat Fishers 35-34 in overtime. Hammond Central defeated Highland 21-15 in overtime. Heritage Christian knocked off Eastern Hancock 24-20. Hobart beat Kankakee Valley 53-48 in a game of no defense. The game that you all thought about and were like, I wonder how this team did. Ben Davis lost to IMG Academy of Florida 34-14. As I saw, the game apparently was never close. Not surprising.
Probably the biggest game, one of the bigger games that we're going to have this year in Indiana. I mean, IMG Academy, one of the best schools in the country, easily.
They're the fourth.
Top three.
Yeah. After this game, I wouldn't be surprised if they're top three.
Yeah. I mean, they put Ben Davis in the ground, and Ben Davis is a very respectable team, especially here in Indiana. Not alone, the whole country. I mean, they're pretty good.
Yeah, New Haven defeated Leo 42-41 in overtime. And then Westfield defeated Noblesville 28-21. Now we're going to go through three of the conferences around here, three of the main conferences, the Hoosier North, the NIC, and the Northern Lakes, and give the update on the conference standings. So in the Hoosier North, Knox is number 1. They're 3-0. In the conference and 4-0 overall. They've won 4 in a row. LaVille is number 2, tied for number 1. They're 3-0, also 4-0 in the conference and won 4 in a row. However, LaVille has won now, let's see, 14 of the last 15 games, and the last 13 regular season games. No, 16 regular season games dating back 2 years. So LaVille's been dominant in the regular season.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not in the tournament.
Sadly.
Yeah. Pioneer is number 2. Well, they're tied for number 2. They're 2-1 in the conference, 3-1 overall, and they've won 1 game so far. Well, not so far. They're on a streak of 1 game. North Judson is 2-1 in the conference, but 2-2 overall, and they've lost 2 in a row. Triton is 1-1 in the conference, 2-2 overall, and lost 1. Culver is 0-2, 0-4 in the conference, and lost 5. Caston is 0-3 overall, 0-3 in the conference, 0-4 overall, and lost 18 straight. And Winnemac is 0-3 in the conference, 0-4, and has lost 6 straight. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Trash.
Yep.
Garbage fire.
Yep. Well, just wait until we get to the second division in the Northern Indiana Conference. Then we can really talk some trash.
I agree.
In the East-West division, or as I would say, probably the bigger division in the NIC, we have New Prairie tied for number 1 at 1-0 in the conference, 3-1 overall, and they've won three consecutive games. South Bend St. Joe is also at the top of the conference. They're 1-0, 3-1 overall, and they've won 1.
Not a lot of
1-3 actually.
Not a lot of in-conference games.
No, Penn.
It's early, only 2.
Yeah, Penn and Elkhart have not played a conference game yet. They are both tied for 0-0. Penn is 3-1 and they've won 1 game, and then Elkhart is 1-3 and have lost 1. They got absolutely demolished in their last game. They played Massillon, Washington, and lost 48-50. I think it was like 55-0. Yeah, it was bad. And then Mishawaka Marion is 0-1. They're 1-3 overall and have lost 2. And South Bend Adams is also 0-1 in the conference, 1-3 overall and lost 2. Now for the fun part of this. And just wait until the last team. South Bend Riley in the North-South division, or the smaller school division, is 2-0 in the conference, 4-0 overall. They've won 4 straight. Bremen is 1-0 in the conference, 3-1 overall, and have won 3. Glenn is 1-1, 3-1 overall, and have won 2. Jimtown is 0-1, 1-3 overall, and have lost 1. South Bend, Washington is 0-1, 1-3 overall, and have won 1 game. And the school of all schools,
the worst school, in my opinion, the worst school for a school, 3A. They're 3A. Worst 3A school in the entire state. Might be the worst in the nation. Maybe not.
South
Bend Clay. With what?
They're 0-1 in the conference.
They're 0-1.
0-4 overall, and have lost 32 consecutive games.
What we would say what, Kenny? That's disgusting.
Bad.
That is horrendous.
Yes.
You have to be you at that rate, okay? Clay should just demolish their school, burn it to the ground, okay? Have it be, do something to it, and never build anything on that ground again, because clearly it's cursed. 32-game losing streak. You play against Clay, and you have the mindset of, you're not going to beat them. No. They know they're going to lose. There's if you're a fan of South Bend Clay, if I see anyone out in public wearing anything that says South Bend Clay, especially South Bend Clay football,
burn that shirt.
I burn it, but I feel bad for you. And I don't think South Bend Clay has ever had any college recruit, any with how bad, at least in the last 7 years or however long they've been bad for a long time, actually. But
so it's been their last winning season. Well, their last decent season was 2012. They went 5-5.
That's still really mediocre.
Okay.
That's really mediocre.
Okay, you're not going to like this next thing. Since then, guess how many games they've won?
None. Oh, no, sorry. 6. Basketball is worse. They've not won. They've lost 100 and...
They're decent in basketball.
They're decent now?
They're not good, and they're not losing in basketball. They win some games. Not a lot, but they win occasionally. Okay. So they're okay in basketball. But football,
terrible.
They're terrible. They've won 6 games since 2012. They're 6-93 since then. Actually, they might be 6-94. Yeah, but you do the math on that. That's bad. Terrible. That's enough of talking about the worst team in the state. Let's talk about the Northern Lakes Conference. Let's go over that. Warsaw is at the top of that conference, tied for number 1. They're 2-0 in the conference, 4-0 overall, and have won 4 consecutive games. Mishawaka is 2-0, 3-1 overall, and have won 2. Northwood and Northridge are both tied, sitting at 1-1 overall. Both are 3-1. Northwood, however, has lost 1, and Northridge has won 1, obviously, because those two teams just played each other. Plymouth is also 1-1, sitting at 2-2 overall, and have won 1. Wawasee is also there at 1-1, but they're 1-3 overall and have lost 1. Concord and Goshen are both 0-2 in the conference. Don't sleep on Concord. Concord is better than what their record puts on, but they've had a couple tough opening games of the season, and they're sitting at 2-2 overall and have lost 2. Goshen, however, you can sleep on Goshen. Goshen's 0-2, 0-4 overall, and have lost 7. That will wrap up high school football. Now for the most important thing, Notre Dame football.
Yes.
Notre Dame played North Carolina State yesterday, September 9th. Notre Dame went into Raleigh, North Carolina. Technically they had 3 things to fight. Themselves, the weather, and the Wolfpack. They passed all 3. And they won 45-24. The game was not close. It was close at times, but Notre Dame ran away with it in the second half, mostly in the fourth quarter, actually. The Irish were up 3-0 at the end of the first quarter, and then 15 seconds into the second quarter, there was a lightning delay / weather delay for an hour and 30 minutes. So Notre Dame had that ball because the Wolfpack had punted with 14, and Notre Dame got the ball with 14:45 left in the second quarter, and then they called it. And then so the first play out of the weather delay, the call was give the ball to Audric Estime, let him run the ball, and he did, 80 yards untouched. That's a 230-pound running back going 80 yards untouched.
Yeah.
Just
Speed.
And there was actually a shot where, he broke into the secondary and he looked back and then he just kind of shifted into another gear and just said, you're not catching me. Yep, he threw it in fifth really quick and it's like, you're not catching me. And that made it 10-0. And then on the next drive, the Irish defense just kind of decided they were going to be good and be terrible at the same time. They were bad because they kept getting penalties. They finished with... They had 10 penalties in the first half. Well, they finished with 10 penalties overall. But it was like 7 penalties they had in the first half alone. Half of those came in the second quarter.
Right.
On two separate drives. And that kind of hurt the Irish. NC State went down to make the score 10-7 after that. But then the Irish responded right away in 3 plays, went right down the field, went back up by 2 scores to take a 17-7 halftime lead. Second quarter, the start was shaky at times. There was penalties again, but the defense for the Notre Dame was not phased at all, and held the Wolfpack to 84 yards rushing for the whole game. Just stout play overall. In that third quarter they allowed the Wolfpack to come back and make the score 24-17. But Notre Dame in the fourth quarter just kind of kicked it into another gear. And the second half, too, it was all Notre Dame. They outscored NC State 28-17 in that half. Sam Hartman went on to finish 15 of 24 for 286 yards and 4 touchdowns with the win. Irish are now 3-0 on the year and have now won 30 consecutive games against ACC opponents during the regular season. And now Notre Dame's next game is at home against Central Michigan.
Notre Dame's going to win.
Oh, well, yeah.
It's going to be a blowout.
Yeah. I think Notre Dame's going to win like 48-7. It's not going to be close. I fully expect second stringers to get in the second half.
Okay.
So, some team stats for this game. Notre Dame finished with 456 total yards. They had 286 passing yards, 170 rushing yards, 16 first downs, 33 tackles, 1 turnover, and had the ball for 32 minutes and 25 seconds. So just controlled the ball for most of the game.
Right.
NC State had 344. That's kind of skewed because the fourth quarter, at the end of the game, Notre Dame had their second string in on defense because they were up 45-17 and allowed a garbage time touchdown to NC State. They had 260 passing yards, only 84 rushing yards. They had 20 first downs, 21 tackles, 3 turnovers. I believe that was 3 interceptions they had. But NC State only had the ball for 27 minutes and 7 seconds. So just, like I said, a dominating win for Notre Dame after people had said this is going to be one of the toughest games Notre Dame's going to play because it's their first true road game. And well, I think Notre Dame passed with flying colors.
Totally.
Now for some other scores from around college football. There's some prizes in here. Also some, okay, this is fairly obvious they were going to win. First one, Texas beat Alabama in Tuscaloosa in Bryant-Denny Stadium with Alabama on a 21-game win streak in that stadium and won by 10, 34-24. Quentin Ewers.
Yeah. Big upset right there.
Big time win for Texas. Steve Sarkisian and the Texas program. If that is going to boost Texas in the rankings big time. I would almost see a flip-flop in rankings there. Yeah. You can easily put Texas 3. I mean, honestly, you could make the case to put Texas anywhere above 5 at this point. Even number 1. You could put Texas number 1 with this win. But we still have a long way to go in the college football season. Yeah. Colorado defeated Nebraska 36-14 in that rivalry game. Coach Prime has a good start out there in Boulder.
The new rankings are out, by the way.
So
would you like to?
Yeah, let's hear those new rankings really quick.
So number 1, obviously, Georgia.
Okay.
Number 2, Michigan.
Okay.
Number 3, Florida State.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, Ohio State. Now, this one I totally disagree with, and I think this team does not deserve to be in the top 10. USC. Not just because I don't like them, but I think there's a lot of better teams out there that can beat USC. And Texas is now number 6.
Okay.
Penn
7. State.
Penn State, 7. Washington is number 8. Tennessee, number 9. And Alabama is ranked 10. Notre Dame ranked 11.
They dropped Notre Dame?
Yeah. And Alabama.
No. No.
You can look. It's on ESPN.
Is that the coaches poll?
I don't know. It's on ESPN.
Oh, that is the coaches poll. AP poll's not out yet. Yeah. I think they go by the AP poll. I think. I don't know. But the coaches poll did have Notre Dame at 11. AP has Notre Dame at 10. So it's one of those. It's like I'm going by the AP poll.
I do think Notre Dame is a lot better, though.
But
Notre Dame's not better than Alabama, but
but Notre Dame is better than Washington.
Better than I don't know.
They're better than Washington and Tennessee.
Washington, Tennessee, maybe Penn. I'd say they're better than Penn State.
Penn State's good.
They're pretty good this year. I remember we made predictions back at the camp out for who's gonna be there. I'm actually I want to say Notre Dame. It's not gonna happen. But if I had to realistically, obviously Georgia's gonna be there.
Oh, for sure.
Could be Michigan. But I think Florida State's gonna run with it this year. I think they're gonna win it all. That's my new prediction. Couldn't say it. Couldn't get it out, Kenny.
I thought you were gonna say predicament.
Well, I could.
I mean, you are in a predicament because you're taking Florida State.
Which, I don't think Florida State's that bad. Honestly, I think they're pretty good. They're very good this year, I guess. I mean,
they haven't played anyone yet.
That's too crazy.
Yeah. So keeping going here in other scores, Utah barely. Oh,
They played
rankings, by the way. Keep
Florida
going
State.
on the rankings.
Florida did beat LSU though.
Oh,
And
that is
LSU
true. Oh,
was
that
ranked
is true.
6th, and they
That
won
is
by
true.
they won 45-24.
That is true. They
I
have played LSU. That is my bad.
And I would say, oh, they're gonna play Clemson, but Clemson's terrible.
Clemson's
they're ranked
falling
25.
off the.
Okay, so after Notre Dame, it's Utah,
Okay.
Oregon, LSU, and then Kansas State.
Okay.
Let's see.
Are you at 20 right
Sooners? No, I am at 16.
now? 16. Okay.
So Oklahoma 16. Oregon 17.
It's at Oregon State.
Oregon State, yep. UNC 18. Ole Miss 19. Duke. Ole Miss. I say oil.
Oil Miss.
It's a joke.
Okay.
Duke 20. This team should be way lower down on the list. Colorado 21. I think that they should be right next to Oregon and LSU. Clemson shouldn't even be in the top 25, but they're number 22. Miami 23.
Okay.
Iowa 24. Iowa should be higher, and then UCLA 25. I think they should be a little higher. Also,
Yeah, I don't agree with half of those rankings.
Yeah.
Especially Notre Dame. I don't agree with that, but I'm not a member of the coaches poll, or I don't have any say in the AP poll either.
yeah.
Well, thank you for those rankings.
Yeah.
Even though, like I said, I don't agree with half of them. I'm probably going to come up with my own poll for this podcast. So, number 12, Utah escaped Baylor with a win. Baylor was up 13-3 at half, and most of the second half too. And Baylor and just kind of flopped. Utah came out, had I think they got over 220 rushing yards in that game too. Most of which came in the second half, and got away with a 7-point win. James Madison of the FCS beat Virginia 36-35 in Virginia too. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
The battle for the Cy Hawk Trophy, Iowa State, went again to Iowa. Iowa's dominating that series and won the game 20-13. Miami won at home, unfortunately, 48-33 against number 23 Texas A&M. Ole Miss defeated Tulane 37-20. Tulane was also without their starting quarterback, so that didn't help Tulane in that game. Number 17, UNC escaped App State with a win, 40-34 in 2 overtimes. Cincinnati defeated Pittsburgh, or Pitt, 27-20. Central Florida defeated Boise State 18-16. Number 13, Oregon escaped Lubbock, Texas, at the University of Texas Tech, 38-30. And then Rice defeated Houston, 43-41 in 2 overtimes.
Double overtime.
That's all I got. I don't have any NFL stuff.
Yeah, I don't really have too much NFL stuff. Today's the first day, when we're recording this.
Yep.
First day of the NFL season. Thursday was the first day.
First Sunday.
This is the first Sunday. Big games today. I'll just quickly. I know that the game tonight. It's Cowboys Giants.
Okay.
I'm just gonna give a prediction. Cowboys are gonna win. They're gonna win 38-12. Cowboys offense is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Dak Prescott's gonna do really well this year. I think they are definitely Super Bowl contenders. That might be a little crazy to say. I'm not a Cowboys fan. I'm a Chiefs fan.
Gosh.
But I'm just gonna say that. But I did want to mention one thing about USC.
they have literally played nobody.
Oh, I know that.
San Jose State, Nevada, Stanford. I mean, Stanford, if we were maybe, playing, golf or, a sport that,
If we weren't even playing sports and we were just talking about the school itself.
Yeah, Stanford's a way better school.
Stanford's way better.
But they're going to be playing, and they're going to beat, their next game's Arizona State.
That's a win. That's 4-0.
Biggest upset. They're going to lose to Colorado.
No,
they are going to be in Colorado.
It doesn't matter.
They're playing them at Colorado. They're losing to Colorado.
Nope, they're not.
They're going to Arizona. They're playing Arizona, and then they're going to Notre Dame, and they are going to lose.
They're losing to Notre Dame for sure.
Colorado has a chance. Colorado, they have a chance. I see it. Their offense is so dang good. Their quarterback he's the best quarterback currently in all of college football.
Yeah. Okay. They don't have a running game.
They have a good pass game.
You shut down the pass. You shut down Colorado. It's like
TCU wasn't able to do it. TCU has a good defense. Well, that's actually not true.
No, TCU does not have a good defense.
They're okay.
They're in the Big 12. Let's just get that thing straight. They're in the Big 12. There is no such thing as defense in the Big 12.
I guess. See, but here's the thing. I didn't believe in Coach Prime until I actually saw them play. But now, I easily think they can beat USC. I don't think USC is that good this year. They have good players, but yeah, they're blowing out teams which are terrible. They've not played anyone real this year.
No, that's true.
They're eating baby food right now. They've not actually had a solid meal. So realistically, it's not crazy to expect that. I mean, Colorado's ranked 22. I mean, Alabama was ranked 3 and they lost to Texas, and Texas was ranked what?
11.
11. So it is a bit bigger of a jump. But USC, there's a lot of teams that are better than USC that are lower down on the rankings that deserve to be higher, which I think is dumb that USC gets it over those colleges. Just because the point index and because they score, 60 points a game against nobodies.
Yeah. I mean, I get that, but I mean, USC is good. Even though they're still dog trash. They're always going to be dog trash.
Right.
If you talk to me. I don't care how good they are. I'll admit they're good, but they're dog trash. Because they're USC.
Right.
I fully expect USC to be undefeated coming into Notre Dame.
Wow. I think, I don't know, man.
And I think Notre Dame's going to be either one loss or undefeated as well. It could be, you could see College Game Day going to Notre Dame for two games. Ohio State, obviously.
Yeah.
Or USC. Just, if Notre Dame beats Ohio State, you can almost put College Game Day in for Notre Dame USC.
Yeah. Okay.
I fully expect Game Day to be there for Ohio State. But I haven't seen enough from Colorado yet. I mean, you just blew out your rival. Yes, congratulations, but it's Nebraska. Nebraska's been doggy doo-doo for a few years.
They did beat TCU,
They
man.
beat, yeah, I mean,
and TCU was there.
TCU, yeah, they have a good resume-building win as of right now against TCU. That's if TCU keeps winning. TCU has got to keep winning. They can't lose. So, I mean, it's a good, they got it on the road. So, I mean, if Colorado keeps winning, the committee, College Football Playoff Committee, is going to see that. And they're going to be like, okay, beat TCU on the road. Let's use your example. I don't know what Colorado's schedule is. So I don't know their full schedule. Because I was going to almost go kind of game by game here for Colorado.
Colorado State.
Okay, that's going to be a win. So that's 3-0.
Oregon.
3-1.
Ooh, they're losing to Oregon.
Where's that at? Oregon?
They are in Oregon. For
No, that. Yep. 3-1.
Arizona State,
4-1.
Stanford.
5-1.
Or sorry. It's Oregon then USC.
Okay, that's. Okay,
So
well,
that'd
so
be
3-1, 3-2.
3-2. Okay. Arizona State,
4-2,
Stanford,
5-2.
UCLA.
I'm gonna take Colorado 6-2.
Well, yeah, UCLA. I mean, they're ranked 24, and they're not really.
I don't think. Yeah, I don't.
And then
yeah.
they're playing
6-2.
Oregon State.
6-3.
Ah,
Where's that at? Is that Colorado or?
that is in Colorado. I'm going Colorado on that one for sure.
So 7-2. I'll
It's
take.
hard to play, especially in Colorado. You got the altitude difference. It definitely is.
I'll take Colorado.
Really
7-2.
Arizona,
8-2.
Washington State,
9-2.
Utah.
9-3.
Yeah, Utah is ranked 12. So
I will. 9 wins for Colorado. Hey, I mean they won 1 game last year. So to turn around and win 9 games.
I think they're only going to lose probably 1.
No, Brady.
They're losing 1 game.
No, they're not.
They're going to lose to Utah.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
they're
they're gonna
not
beat
losing.
USC.
They are not beating Oregon.
They're beating Oregon and USC.
They're not beating Oregon and
There's
USC.
going to be an upset game, last game of the season. They're going to be in Utah. It's going to be a upset.
No, Colorado is not doing that. I will put money on it. I will put money
So
on
you
it.
want to hear the numbers of Utah's quarterback compared to Sheion Sanders? He's got, let's see, Sheion Sanders, he is 69 for 89 on the pass, okay, with 903 yards, 6 touchdowns, compared to Bryson Barnes, who's the starting quarterback for Utah, okay? 18 and 37, 203 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
Okay, also look at the defenses that Colorado's played against. TCU's defense is not that good. Nebraska doesn't even have to line up. That's how bad their defense is. I could throw for 300 yards against Nebraska's defense.
Yeah, okay, Kenny. Actually, sorry. You probably could. Would you win? No. But could you? Yeah.
I would win.
Playing for who? Notre Dame? Or no? Oh, you mean Colorado? You'd be the starting quarterback for Colorado.
Yeah, I'll be the
300
starting
yards.
quarterback for Colorado and throw for 300 yards.
He threw for 500 and also had like a bunch of rushing yards. But
I ain't running the ball. No, I'll eat it or take a sack. So I'll have rushing yards, just negative yards. But I can throw for at least 300 yards against Nebraska's defense. I mean, I'll give them. They're going to start off the year 3-0. But when they start conference play, they're losing to Oregon. Oregon's probably going to put up 40 on them, if not 50.
so
Because it's in Austin.
I just have to say this. You were saying that USC is going to beat
Colorado.
USC has not played a real defense. Not that Colorado has the best defense, but they've played literally teams with no defense also. So making that same argument that USC is going to destroy or beat Colorado is the fact that it's going to be an offensive game, right?
Okay, where's the game at? Is it in Colorado? Or
Yes, it's in Colorado. Home court advantage. That's why I'm taking it. And also, Shion's, I think I'm saying it right. Yeah, Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders is the second highest ranked player in college football right now. Next to, I didn't even know this guy existed, Braden Shager of the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Do you see that? Do you see that?
I know why.
Okay, do you see that? We're 2 games in. Mostly. We're 2 weeks into the college football season. Some have been 3 weeks in, but we're 2 weeks into the college football season. It's way too early to even look at stats right now, let alone even care about rankings.
I mean, Notre Dame has the best run game.
I mean, yeah, of course they do. They have the best red zone offense, too.
Gold zone. Actually, it goes well with Notre Dame because, the colors are, gold is a primary color in Notre Dame.
True. It is true. It is true. But they have the best red zone offense. Sam Hartman's almost considered for a Heisman Trophy right now. But, again,
so
we're 2 weeks into the season.
So,
but Colorado's going 9-3 this year. It's a guarantee.
Sam Hartman, isn't this his sixth year in college?
Yep.
So
6 years.
Funny stat I saw. His first year, or no, this was Stetson Bennett. Sorry, that's Barrett. I'm thinking of R.J. Barrett. So Stetson Bennett, his first year in Georgia, he was teammates with Sony. Was it Sony Michel?
Yeah, Sony Mitchell.
Yeah, Mitchell, Michelle, whatever people. Sony ended up going on to winning 2 Super Bowls with 2 different teams in the span of 5 years after that and retired before Stetson ever took a snap in professional football. That's a stat that I think is ridiculous. I think it's funny, don't get me wrong, but 6 years, I think he also played 6 years. That's... Why? Why is that allowed, Kenny? I don't think that should be allowed. 4 years?
Okay, well, you can take a 5th year as a graduate student. So you can. You can come back for a 5th year. Remember, we now have COVID year. That's how you can get 6 years.
I think that's the stupidest thing ever. I mean, 5 years, I still think is kind of dumb. But it's basically like having someone who's basically already a professional. Okay, I mean, they've not played professional, but they're that age that a lot of professional players play. And they are playing against people who are not that experienced.
Well, there's one reason why they come back. Even, reasons for, other teams too. But they want a ring. They want a national championship. That's what they want. That's why Sam Hartman came back. That's why he's at Notre Dame. Plus, Notre Dame was the best option for him to be drafted because now he's getting attention. Mm-hmm. Not that he wasn't getting attention at Wake Forest.
Right.
But people know of Sam Hartman now. He's being talked about in the media. Yep. And Notre Dame now has a shot. Not saying they are. They have a shot to make it to the college football playoff. And if they do, they have a shot to win the national championship. Not saying they are. Again, I'm not saying they are. Keith Montgomery, if you're listening to this podcast, I never said that Notre Dame was going to win in the national championship.
Said that last year, and then Georgia kicked in our teeth.
We never played Georgia last year.
No, 2 years ago, sorry. It was 2 years ago. Because it was Georgia, Notre Dame in one of the bowl games, and Notre Dame lost by 44, I think.
Well, see, we also got to know who the coach was at that point, too.
It's true.
We had Brian Kelly and Tommy Rees as a
Brian
offensive
Kelly's
coordinator.
not a bad coach, though.
Yes, he is.
Didn't they win a national championship with Brian Kelly?
Who, Notre Dame?
Yeah.
They made it to a national championship and played the 2012 Alabama Crimson Tide.
Oh, yeah.
With, oh my gosh, so many NFL draft picks. And lost 42-14.
That's what it was, yeah.
They played Clemson in 2018. Yes, they lost by 27 points, but that was in the second half. First half, Notre Dame had a shot to beat Clemson. Mm-hmm. Then Julian Love got hurt, which hurt Notre Dame.
Trevor Lawrence.
And then Trevor Lawrence
one of the
off.
Best college quarterbacks to ever play, in my opinion.
Exactly. Then Notre Dame was in the ACC championship game. Lost to him, 37-14 or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Then played Alabama in 2020. 2020. Yeah, 2020. Mm-hmm. Yeah. In the Rose Bowl. lost 31-14. Brian Kelly never had his teams ready to play in big games. Did they win at home? Well, of course they won at home, except when they played Georgia.
Right.
Georgia was the only exception. But they never won on the road because Brian Kelly did not have the right mindset for his players. And he was a terrible coach at Notre Dame. He's a terrible coach at LSU. Brian Kelly's just a bad coach in general. Does he win games? Yes. But he's a terrible coach. And so is Tommy Rees. Tommy Rees is a terrible offensive coordinator. And he's at Alabama now. Alabama's starting to go down.
The era of everyone going to Alabama is over. It's Georgia,
it's
Notre
Georgia.
Dame.
It's Georgia.
Georgia, Ohio State,
Georgia,
Notre Dame.
Ohio State. I mean,
Michigan.
Clemson's in there.
Clemson's in the same boat as Alabama. They're on the
that
downward.
is true. Yeah, Clemson is. Yeah,
I
I fully expect Notre Dame to be in that. They're already there. They're already getting the top recruits. Next year, Notre Dame, I think Notre Dame, if they don't win this year, 2024, mark my words, I'm being dead serious when I say this, Notre Dame could win the national championship next year in 2024. C.J. Carr might be one of the best quarterbacks we have ever seen go through Notre Dame. Ever.
Yeah, I agree. Well,
I ain't got anything
I don't
else,
got
man.
anything more, man. We really went down a rabbit trail there talking.
We kind of did.
Yeah.
We got talking about the rankings, then had a brief discussion about Colorado.
Yeah.
9-3. That's what they're going.
I disagree, but, hey, we'll find out, Kenny. We'll find out.
We'll find out.
We'll find out, man.
Oregon's going to win.
If you can't see, he just made the
O.
The big O, a.k.a. What Alabama's, or not Alabama, Colorado's losses are going to be this year.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will see.
But for Brady Master, this is Kenny Cramer saying so long.
So long, everybody.
Hey guys, it's Kenny, host of The Good Fight. We hope you enjoyed the episode. If you want to hear more, you can check out our website at thelugnutspodcastgroup.com for all information related to the podcast and where to listen to us. You can also follow the Patreon page for exclusive benefits for the show. Join us next time for The Good Fight.